The math of that comes out to $33,000 for each American citizen. $33,000 each one of us owes the federal government before you have done a thing. The loss of the stock market this week has put a warning sign on all of us that change must be imminent. And what people don't realize, the community, and I'm speaking of the city of Buffalo, has already been in a perilous time. The unemployment rate in America is around 6.1%. But for African Americans, it hovers between 10.1 or more. For African American teenagers, the unemployment rate is 37%. There's something wrong. And it's going to take all of us to work together to change the environment of this nation and our community. It's going to take leadership like Mayor Brown and the Reverend Darius Pidgeon. But it's going to take you, man, and you, sir, with your determination amongst your own household. You see, Herb was right. When we were young, we had a lot of fun. We enjoyed all of ourselves. But you see that lady sitting right there? She said, have all the fun you want. But at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning, you will be getting ready to go to Sunday school. Whether you come in or ease in the house or sneak in the house at 6 a.m., you're still going to be in Sunday school. And you will be singing in that choir. And you'll be praying. And on youth Sunday, you'll be in the deacon's bench. This is the fortitude that we have to understand and put in our youth today. Amen. Moral fabric is what our children need, not empty. That day has to stop. Somebody has got to warn you about this. And in these few minutes that I'm here, I must tell you about it. 37% of our youth unemployed. The average cost per student in this country only invests around $10,000 per pupil. Am I right? But for an incarcerated person, we invest $23,000 to $45,000. There's something wrong with that. There's something wrong with a system that invests more in the peril of a criminal than into the accomplishment of your children. Somebody has to speak up about that today. Change is coming to America. Join us in this mission with a made-up mind. We must force America to live out the true meaning of its creed, that each one of its citizens has the basic right to food, shelter, and the other basic necessities. Malcolm taught us that history is most qualified to be our best teacher. By knowing this, you remind us of a great person. You remember Fannie Lou Hamer? You remember what she said? In 1964, she founded the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. She challenged the all-white Mississippi delegation of the Democratic National Convention. She said those famous words, "I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired." This was Fannie Lou Hamer. She said that African Americans across this nation were denied the right to vote through illegal tests, taxes, and intimidation. I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. Do you remember Harriet Tubman? She came right through this area. Harriet Tubman said, "My train never ran off track. I never lost a passenger." That bold, beautiful lady, with the resources of little or nothing, she only had a made-up mind. Her spirit of determination helped hundreds of enslaved blacks to freedom. You know what? We complain about what we don't have, what we can't afford. Harriet Tubman had no laptop. She had no internet. Enslaved people coming, how are we going to get there? Do you have a GPS system? No. She had no MapQuest. She did much with little or no resources. Well, she said, I'll just sing a song, Reverend Pridget. She sang a song when the sun comes back, when that first quail calls. The time has come to follow that drinking gourd. I'll follow the drinking gourd. The drinking gourd referred to the Big Dipper Formation, which pointed to the north. It pointed to freedom. We now must do more with little, just like we used to. By doing this, we can eliminate the violence in our community. We can eliminate it by taking it out of the minds of our children. Yes, it can be done. The gun dealer must be put out of business by eliminating the need for his or her services. The drug dealer can't sell drugs unless he has customers. The cure of ridding our community of its basic evils is found in each and every honoree, and that is a made-up mind. Each significant movement in the world began when someone made up their mind. For the outlook is bleak this year. 250,000 jobs lost this year. Bipartisan trade deals in New York State has cost this state 127,000 jobs between 2001 and 2007. We're going to have to do more with less. And yes, it can be done. Nothing is impossible. In closing, I would like to share with you a story my late mother and father taught me as a young man. She taught me about a perfect number 7 and how the architect of the universe intertwined his perfection into the wonders of the world. Could you close your eyes with me just for a second, Reverend Pridget? You know, there were 7 days of creation, 7 days until the Sabbath, 7 days for Noah to gather the animals as he was accompanied by 7 persons. 7 years after 7 years of plenty, but during the Clinton administration, it began in 1994. Follow me very closely. 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. The famine began in 2001. 7 priests with 7 trumpets who were to encompass the walls of Jericho 7 times for 7 days. You know, there were 7 seas and 7 wonders of the world. And you know, Elisha told Naaman, Reverend Pridget, to bathe in the River Jordan 7 times. Yes, it's time for all of us to answer the call of commitment, not just to our community, but to humanity as a whole. And let me leave you with this. There is only one race of people on this planet, and that is the human race. God bless you and keep you.